Another commentary I am doing that has something to do with Mr. Enter. Oh boy. Well guys, it's time for another commentary, and sorry for being a little late on this one. I had school shit that I had to take care of first, so yeah. Anyways, this is another multi-degree commentary, and let me just say there's a lot of degrees for this video. Basically, Mr. Enter made an animated atrocity on Girls Gone Mild. Claymore did a commentary on that video. Now, this user by the name of Comment Jack did a commentary on Clay's video, then this user by the name of DiCaprio DeLorean or whatever the fuck did a commentary on Comment Jack's commentary on Clay's commentary on Mr. Enter. Comment Jack did a response commentary, and here we are. Yeah, I will be cutting out as much as I can to avoid confusion.
Hey everyone, this is DiCaprio Dorn here. Remember when I did a Mr. Enter commentary? Good times. I bring this up because I'm doing a commentary on a fanboy Mr. Enter.
9 seconds. It took you 9 seconds to get to bad taste.
Bad taste? Wait, what? Bad taste in what? Oh, because he called you a fanboy? Well, I think he called you that because you were making fanboyish points against Clay in your video.
Okay, I don't usually like to make preemptive judgments against shows or movies.
Okay, first off, he never said he hated Family Guy. Second, that's a purpose of criticism. And third, I typed Mr. Enter in your account and found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos.
Okay, Mr. Tough Guy, most of his anime atrocities at the time of this video were mostly on Teen Titans Go or Family Guy. Claymore does our PP, you know, like Oh Free Be Good and other animation fans that are jerk as Mr. Enter. Oh wait, you didn't even check out his channel because you did a video on your favorite YouTuber.
Whatever, he goes right into both.
So what? Did you even try to refute his point? Because simply saying whatever doesn't exactly make a good point, mister.
Also, you stutter and have a somewhat crappy mic. Fix it!
Have you ever worked with a broken USB?
And how does that refute his point exactly? Simply asking, have you ever worked a USB doesn't refute his point about your mic being shitty.
I had to play Comment Jack's comment like 3 times to hear what he was saying. I know he can't help it, but speak a little clearly when you have some... speak a little clearly.
Yeah, I have to fix that.
Yeah, because agreeing with the person you're commentating on is such a good idea.
People want spin-offs or reboots of their favorite shows. In the case of the Original Titans, there are stories and areas they haven't explored.
Oh no, you did not type that.
But in all seriousness, most people still complain about cartoons of today. And they're all like, I want the old shows back. I won't like change. And they do bring back, they're like, this isn't how I remember when you succeed and y'all should die and work on that show.
Are we talking about Mr. Enter or Doggy D Dashan?
No, DiCaprio was refuting your point. And even though it's fairly obvious, I guess I have to explain this to you. You originally said in your commentary on Claymore that Clay shouldn't have typed that, but DiCaprio was simply explaining why Clay typed that by stating that the animation fanbase can never be pleased no matter what. Okay, seriously, why did you need to fast forward all this crap? I can understand if it was important but took so long, so in that case it would make sense for you to fast forward it. But here, this is clearly not important, so why didn't you just skip it?
First of all, these two here are Stan and Sandra Practice, a shameless and obvious strawmanning of the standards and practices that dictate what you can or can't show on television. These characters are designed to be rich, snooty, detached from reality, and obnoxious.
1 minute later,
I don't think you get what he was saying. He basically said Mr. Enter has a poor understanding of what satire is. Watch TVRB Robotnik Returns and Realm Wars' commentary on the satire video Mr. Enter did. It'll help you since you don't seem to be able to read properly.
I think you took my line out of context. He just muted the audio, making himself look smarter.
Oh my god. Do you not understand what he is saying? You know what? No, I'm not going to explain every single fucking detail to you.
Let's start with the fact that this episode would work a lot better if we actually saw kids imitating the Powerpuff Girls and getting hurt because of it.
When do we hear that? Never. Instead, we mute it and bitch about the editing.
Well, it is a thing to bring up since Mr. Enter has crappy editing. Seriously, it's just like the same 5 clips from the episode he's reviewing. But since we're talking about the almighty Mr. Enter, no one has the right to criticize a god.
Okay, look. If you want to talk about the editing, fine. But don't go reality show editor on it.
Reality show? What? What the fuck are you even talking about?
Oh my god, next thing you know they'll be playing hopscotch. We have to do something!
Yes, it was. And it was hilarious. It also proves that you're an asshole.
That is the only point you have against Clay Claymore and his travesty. You're just saying he's a jerk without any real proof. Also, that joke was lame and your fanboy boner is showing. Put that thing away, there's kids here on this place, god.
Oh my god. Do you realize that counts as sexual harassment?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What did he do that was sexual harassment? He simply said, put your fanboyish boner away. Why? Because that was a joke, you moronic, imbecilic, idiotic, foolish mango!
I know that not everyone who thinks there should be some kind of standards in regards to violence or whatever in the shows is a dashed idiot. What I'm saying is there's an argument to be made here. Hell, there's even a satire to be made here. But no, it doesn't want to make this argument.
Oh, come on, not even a sound effect or some sort. You have all this editing software, do all this fancy smancy stuff to Clay Claymore's video, but can't even have a sound clip?
People, just because you suck production-wise, doesn't mean your review is worthless.
And the point flew over your head again for the millionth time. DiCaprio was saying that since you have this editing, why don't you add a simple sound effect?
And with complications comes with a lot of people wanting to take shots at you.
Well, you are doing the exact same thing right here. And that's jumping on the bandwagon. Because Enter is wrong about everything just because he is Enter. But whatever, this is only the beginning anyway.
But if you want to know how all of these series convey, or how they all play out, here's a clip from various episodes in these series so you'll get a greater sense of what I'm talking about.
Return what you have stolen from me.
Okay, ignore them half-assedly trying to be...
So what? You aren't going to explain what's wrong with the clips, instead you are going to let them play out, which he does for 2 minutes? Thanks for wasting my time.
Wait, how is that funny?
Mr. Enter first gained the attention of the trolls, aka commentators, when he said this.
Nice generalization there, buddy. So all commentators are trolls? This video, I can already tell, is going to stab me in the eye.
And dedicated another poem to it. And to those who are saying there's a difference between cyberbullying and trolling, shut the fuck up. That's a part of the problem. You don't want to know the difference?
You're going to leave another Enter clip in the video? Oh my god, I have no time for this. Skip!
Wait, how is that funny?
Heard it here, folks. He actually believes that trolling and cyberbullying are the same thing, even though anybody with a perfectly functioning brain can tell you that they're two completely separate things. Maybe he tried to sleep with a troll once upon a time, and then they smacked him upside the head with a grapefruit, and he was like, "Oh, fuck you, trolls. You're nothing but a bunch of cyberbullies. Everybody look, trolls are nothing but cyberbullies."
What the fuck? That joke didn't make any sense. A troll, then grapefruit, what? Was that seriously supposed to be a joke? Because it made absolutely no sense.
He garnered a lot of criticism for that statement, so much so that numerous people decided to commentate on him. Instead of taking the criticism in stride and embracing it like a good critic would do, he decided to go the coward route and blocked anybody that said there was a difference between trolling and cyberbullying.
You complain about Enter not being able to take criticism when, judging by your arguments with ElanaGuy34 in the comment section of this video, you can't take any criticism either. Because you were pretty much telling Ernie that if he doesn't agree with you, then he is a mindless Enter fanboy, even though he doesn't like Mr. Enter.
Wait, how is that funny?
And in particular, he has a hatred for the creator of Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, as he believes Seth is inferior to him. Because comparing himself to a guy that worked at both Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera, has created several successful animated series and 2 live-action movies, totally works. Dude, you're not the end-all be-all for animation, you're not a god, you're not a legend, you're not a John Lasseter, Walt Disney, or Hayao Miyazaki, you're just some random guy that reviews animated series on the internet, okay? Let's just take it down a notch, alright?
So Enter can't criticize Seth MacFarlane because Seth has created shows and is more popular than him? With that logic, you shouldn't be making this video. After all, you aren't as popular as Mr. Enter.
But you know what they say, rage leads to obsession, which is not all surprising when you consider the fact Mr. Enter has Seth MacFarlane tied to a noose on the London Bridge while simultaneously smacking him in the face with a Patrick Star dildo, secretly wishing they could be gay butt buddies.
My nigga, you just got roasted, yeah!
For fuck's sake, just stop. You aren't funny. Please.
Along with Leafy's here, Mr. Enter has one of the most cancerous fan bases on the internet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a rant on Mr. Enter, not a rant on Mr. Enter and his fans. Oh, this should be good.
Wait, how is that funny?
These are the same people responsible for saying that they wanted the people in charge of Viacom to get hit with a barbed wire bus.
So you are generalizing all of Enter's fans because of one dude on DeviantArt that probably nobody gives a shit about?
And it gets even worse than that. These are the same people that are responsible for writing a petition on Tumblr, for starting a petition, on Tumblr to harass the writers of Teen Titans Go until they killed themselves.
Where's your proof? No, seriously, where is it? Do you have a screenshot or something like that? Because I couldn't find anywhere on Tumblr a petition made so that the Teen Titans Go writers will go commit suicide.
I'm sorry, can we stop the music for a second? If you take an animated series so seriously that you actually have to start a petition to harass the writers of that said show with the main purpose of making them commit suicide, then you are a sociopath and you need some serious mental help. Now, I understand that Mr. Enter is not responsible for what his fans say or do. But the fact that he didn't reprimand these people for saying the shit that they did is morally reprehensible.
Who cares if Enter didn't say anything about these people? Why should Enter be at fault for something that he didn't even fucking do? Now, it would be different if Enter told his fans to do that, but unfortunately for you, that's not the case.
And this is a guy that claims to be against bullying and harassment. But it's become pretty evident to me that he only cares about bullying and harassment as long as it happens to him. But if it happens to other people, he doesn't give a flying fuck.
It's his fans, not him, his fans! And to refute this claim even more, Enter literally told his fans not to harass writers in his Pet Sitter Pat review.
In what turned out to be a badly made excuse to call out one of the writers personally. You could say that it was a dash of overreaction. It went all the way up to rebutting to his Twitter feed, and that led to a lot of people harassing him on Twitter. Yeah, let's get this out of the way. Don't do that. Like, please don't do that. That's not good, guys. That's bad.
Wait, how is that funny?
But I found something even worse than that. 3 fanboys, or to be more specific, fan brats. Let's just take a look. So I'm going to go after 3 of Mr. Enter's fan brats, and I'm going to do it in video form because it's a lot more fun that way. The first one is by a guy by the name of EliniGuy34 or Ernie Krause.
Even though Elina Guy has stated that he doesn't like Enter and he doesn't watch his videos anymore.
Who responded to an obvious troll by the name of Kevin the Sponge 41, who screen capped Mr. Enter's ED page, or at least portions of it. The fact that you would fall for a troll is utterly ridiculous. I mean, you can tell it's an obvious troll, you know, like if I go to his page and I look at it, you look at the profile picture, and you know, you look here, you look at the, you know, you can see by the profile picture, you can tell that, you know, he's an obvious troll. He's just doing it to get a rise out of people.
So his profile picture is why he's an obvious troll? That's literally the dumbest thing I have heard this week. With that logic, we might as well go ahead and say that I'm a troll for my profile picture.
And these idiots fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You know, I don't know what's worse. Actually responding to a troll and giving them a reaction, or believing that ED is real. Fun fact, EliniGuy34 actually tried to discredit the ED article that was written about Mr. Enter, stating that it wasn't accurate. Now, he was only saying this, obviously, because it said things about Mr. Enter that he didn't like, and he's obviously a ginormous Mr. Enter fan brat, but that's pretty evident.
Or maybe he said that since Encyclopedia Dramatica is a website that practically anyone can edit, thus it shouldn't really be taken seriously.
He seems to have completely forgotten the fact that ED is a satirical wiki that's not supposed to be taken seriously, and come on. If you take ED even remotely seriously, then I just question your intelligence, man.
You know what? You are right. Encyclopedia Dramatica shouldn't be taken seriously considering it's a satirical wiki. Nice job, you actually managed to get something right in this video. Well, if that's the case, then please lecture me. Why the fuck did you use ED as a source in your description? You say it shouldn't be taken seriously, yet you use it as an actual source. You are retarded. No ifs, ands, or buts.
That's all I gotta say. You know, that's just... Why would you respond to a troll, and then why would you continue to give them a reaction? That's just so stupid. Oh my god, my brain hurts. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. And then I ran into another one by the name of John Walker 123.
John Walker 123?
And I informed him that I would be making a video about Mr. Enter, and this is what he said to me via notes on DVD. He says, I do see what you're saying, and I respect your opinion. Which is utter bullshit because, again, he's another Mr. Enter fan brat who basically attacks anybody that expresses any sort of negative opinion about Mr. Enter. I'm not kidding. You know, it's utterly ridiculous. I mean, like this one here. He falls for the exact same troll. He falls for the exact same guy, Kevin the Sponge 41.
And look at the date this post was made. October 2015. That was 6 months ago. Is that seriously the only evidence you got? Shit that happened 6 months ago?
Wait, how is that funny?
But this is how Mr. Enter's fanbase is, and I just want to get that out there, that not everybody in Mr. Enter's fanbase is like this. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really calm, awesome, level-headed people that just like the work the guy puts out, and that's that.
You say that, yet you generalize his entire fanbase multiple times throughout the video.
Wait, how is that funny?
Anyways, move on to the last one, the Missing Mystery. She is arguably the biggest fan brat of them all.
Missing Mystery? Holy shit, you stupid hypocritical asswipe. You bitched and moaned for about 2 minutes on Elina Guy and John taking a quote-unquote obvious troll too seriously, yet you are doing the exact same fucking thing right now. Missing Mystery is a troll, you fucking idiot.
Wait, how is that funny?
Does crossovers with Pie Guy Drools and Thomas Memory Dan. Wait, what? Those are not their actual names? Then what the hell are their actual names? Pie Guy Rules and Thomas Memory Central? Oh, come on, I don't write a script for any of these videos. You'd think it would be easy for me to remember a goddamn name, let alone 2 goddamn names. I mean, these videos are already lazy and cheap with Windows Movie Maker. You'd think it would be easy for me to remember a name.
What's your point? No, seriously, who the fuck cares if you can't remember the name of Pie Guy and Thomas? And if that was supposed to be a joke, it failed miserably because there was no context to it. You literally just inserted it randomly into the video.
Wait, how is that funny?
I do not hate the mysterious Mr. Enter. Let me repeat that. I do not hate the mysterious Mr. Enter.
Even though you blamed him for the actions of his fans and you make false accusations about him. Just admit that you hate Enter and stop trying to act neutral when you clearly have a bias against him.
I'm just getting that disclaimer out there so none of his fan brats can come and attack me and say that I'm an anti-Mr. Enter stan or that I'm a hater. But that's not going to stop them anyway, so whatever. Now, I don't usually like to judge a book by its cover. I usually like to give everything a fair chance.
Yet you insulted Enter and said he can't criticize Seth MacFarlane because he is just a guy who reviews cartoons on the internet.
And I watched one of his animated atrocities, and that was the one he did on the Family Guy episode titled Seahorse She-Shell Party. And while that particular episode was really bad in of itself, that animated atrocity was so bad, so awful, that it turned me off the series altogether.
Care to give any reasons why Enter's review of Seashell Seahorse Party sucked? Also, you do realize that's one of Enter's older reviews, right?
I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Enter fans, but this is just my opinion. I personally find Mr. Enter to be boring as shit. Seriously. Not only does he lack any sort of humor, wit, or charm that essentially makes him nothing more than the poor man's Channel Awesome, and say what you will about the Channel Awesome reviewers, but at least they actually care about what they're doing. At least they actually sound like they're having fun.
Who's to say that Enter doesn't care? Honestly, if you ask me, the problem with Enter is that he cares way too much about cartoons.
Wait, how is that funny?
His voice is also extremely monotonous. That makes the videos hard to sit through.
And homonyms are really juicy. That should be a meme. But seriously, you're going to use Enter's voice as an actual complaint? Something he can't fucking control?
And when you combine that with a bloated video length, seriously, some of his videos are like 40 minutes long. And this is coming from someone whose last 2 episodes in this series were long and outdrawn and overblown.
Wow, so you admit that your videos are much longer than they need to be, yet you are still going to criticize Enter for that reason. Oh my god, you are honestly one of the biggest fucking hypocrites I've seen in quite a while.
When I'm saying that, that should be saying something right there.
Yeah, it says that you're a hypocrite.
I mean, it's just so hard to get through. And you also combine that with the fact that he has an ego the size of Kanye West and he thinks he's God's gift to animation when he himself is just a guy that reviews animated series on the internet. He's nothing more than that.
You complain about Enter having an ego when you are basically saying that all people who think you're full of shit are fanboys. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, I'm done. This video was absolutely horrendous. It was definitely worse than Kablam's video. The hypocrisy and arrogance in this video knows no bounds and it's fucking atrocious. Oh, and Douglas, before you try to say anything, let me just say that I hate the mysterious Mr. Enter, so don't even try to call me a fanboy.